Hey Gary, what's up? I'm enjoying it. It's so different than other MMOs I've played. It's so different than WoW, so it's just a completely different game. Um, I just watched, hey Gary, I just watched the documentary on how Final Fantasy One, how they took that the first version of Final Fantasy that was really bad, and why it was so bad, and how they turned it around and came out with Final Fantasy: A Realm Reborn. It was a really cool documentary. And if you guys, and it was so I'd never seen version one of the game, so they did something really unique. They basically, I didn't even know this, so they basically took Final Fantasy the one and they actually were patching it. They released the game, people didn't like it. They kept releasing all these patches to Final Fantasy 14 version one, so that players who were actively playing that game would get new patches that would make the game better. And then this is an interesting video here. Why she quit WoW? Because that's something I watched also today. But I actually found this streamer here, this girl Zepla, which I didn't know who she was before today, and she covers Final Fantasy. And I saw because I was looking for some Final Fantasy videos, and I watched one of her videos, and I guess she came from WoW, so it was interesting. She has a video she just put up pretty recently. Not that recently, but talking about why she quit WoW and started playing Final Fantasy. But anyways, so what they did was they basically developed a whole new Final Fantasy game at the same time while patching the existing one, which was, so they basically were doing two different things. And so when they got the new Final Fantasy game, Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn done, they shut down the old game and basically brought up the new game. And they took character data that people had from the old game and somehow imported that into the new game. But how they shut down the old game was really crazy. They basically had this planet, like it appeared in the sky or this thing, and it came down and basically crashed into the world, I think, and destroyed it. So this is what it looks like in Final Fantasy XIV, the first version of the game. They had this star in the sky that kept, and over time, they kept making this star or whatever planet or something in the sky get bigger and bigger until players in the game are like, "What's that? What's that up in the sky? And why is it getting bigger?" And this is what, and then they even had this ominous music playing in the game and in the background. Listen, and see that big reddish orb in the sky? It used to, at first, it was just like a little. I wonder if we have a really interesting story. I didn't know anything about it. So Final Fantasy, the progression of what was it called? I wish I knew that it was called like day. I can't remember what it was called. But the documentary was the no clip documentary. And if you go to part 3, there's 3 parts. If you go to part 3, it talks about it. And it's really interesting. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get
of this game and all Final asked him about his social life.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to find.
So yeah, we were afraid of that, but saved the franchise.
Might not be able to find it. It was like a star, yeah, in the sky that got bigger and bigger. I don't know if it was actual star, but check out this. And what they did is they kept spawning and as the star was coming closer to crashing into the world, they started spawning all these enemies to attack all the major cities, and people started putting up big defenses against the major cities, which is interesting. Look at this. Look at it. I mean, how cool would that have been to have been in an MMO world where the world was about to be destroyed, right? Listen to look at the lightning. The whole sky turns into like a massive, and then this is at the end of the game where a guild looks like a guild got together and they waited out the end of the server. It would have been so cool. And they're shooting off fireworks, but you can see. And here's the cool part. So this is the end of the game of the world. But the coolest part. Let's watch this. The server disconnects them. Watch. So this is someone recording. Hear the weird voices in the background? Server disconnects. This looks like a French server. And then when the server connects, they played a trailer that they made just for this event to explain what happened. And it's the trailer you see when you start up Final Fantasy, right? So I'm not going to show you this one. But it kind of explains what happened. It is really cool. Super cool. I didn't know. If you watch this documentary on it, and it explains kind of a lot of that stuff. So pretty cool stuff. Ready to join a guild heist? While I hardly encourage you to partake in my guild levies, you should seek different sort of challenges. You might also consider joining a guild heist. If you wish to know more, pray speak with Battle Warden Lost Rabbit. I will inform her of your success against the Peasty, so that there are no doubts about your abilities. Yeah, it was really cool. Super cool. The man advanced for his service, despite assurance that he would be a simple affair. I've heard nothing since he departed for Copperbell Mines. Find Drunken Stag and give him his notice. I cannot afford any further delay. Quest accepted. I think one thing I've learned over the years of playing MMOs is you have to be willing to kind of, no MMO is going to be perfect. At least we've never seen one that was perfect, and I don't think there'll ever be one that's probably perfect. But maybe not. It might be perfect to one person, but of course it's not perfect to everybody. Because everybody has different, everybody has different requirements for what they would like their MMO to be, right? But I think when you go into an MMO, you have to really look at, does it check the check boxes in the important areas for you? Knowing that there's going to be areas of the game that probably aren't good the way you would want them to be good, or aren't how you would like them to be done. For example, I don't like how they did the open world here. I don't like the maps in Final Fantasy XIV. I don't like that the combat, it doesn't feel impactful. Those are things I don't like about Final Fantasy XIV. But none of those things break the game. None of them are bad enough that I can't enjoy the game, So we press on, and we try to see what the game's going to be like when we get to a higher level where we're doing more group-based content. What do you want? Data in his product. Here you go. He can send all the notes he likes, but it won't change a thing. The concern is close the mines due to some incident in the depths. It's a goddamn shame, too. Lost a decent haul over yonder during all the chaos. An upgrade. It's complete. Drunken Stag needs someone to retrieve the raw Nashashite he dropped outside the mines. Okay. Product you heard Dad and I go on about is this valuable gemstone known as raw Nashashite. I managed to take up a goodly amount just before the mines were closed. Packed it up and hauled it out. But then them 12 damned goblins came along, not like any goblins I'd seen before, and hungry only for good rocks. They had eyes for my gemstones, so I had no choice but to oblige. Stone torches had their hands full of evacuating the mine, so they ignored the beasts. Even now, they're only concerned with keeping people out. Please, friend, if you're willing to face the goblins, would you bring me back my Nashishite? Yeah. But I mean, I think, as long as I've played MMOs and, all the stuff I've seen, you definitely, you learn stuff. You kind of figure stuff out. Oh, I did. Yeah, hey, Gil, what's up? Yeah, what happened was I went into the system configuration sound, and we thought it would be the system sounds, but I unchecked this thinking this was all I had to do. But this is only obviously I didn't read because I'm an idiot. I didn't read the text here. Play sounds when window is not active. So this is just specific to sounds that play when the window is not active. So when I unchecked that, obviously it wasn't enough. I had to go down and actually take the system all the way down. And once I did that, then of course it worked. Yeah, but that was driving me nuts, man. I was like, oh my god, I hate this. That was driving me crazy. These glide bombs are pretty tough, if I remember. Let's check this out. Ooh. Oof. Pretty big explosion. That was kind of cool. I love these creepy looking dudes, man. They're hilarious. Look at these guys. Look at their faces. It's weird that they're not attacking me, these other ones. Oh, you said that I can turn off... Hold on a second. Let me read the rest of your comment here in a second. Because if I can turn off the air text, that would be good too. Turn them off with the action air off text command. Submission mission progress in the quest into Copper Hell. Before I can actually go into the mine. Yeah, this will be a short stream because I'm really tired and need to get to bed. But I just wanted to jump in and just play a little bit longer and play the game again, just because I don't know. I enjoyed my time in the stream earlier today. I actually had quite a lot of fun. So I think one of the things that makes this game interesting, action air off. Action air. I think one of the things that makes this game probably interesting and makes Final Fantasy probably, I think it's just the community supposedly is really good, right? And everything I've read about it and is that the community is really good. And I think also it's interesting that a lot of people are leaving World of Warcraft to come to Final Fantasy. And the people that are leaving WoW are really frustrated and fed up with WoW. So they're looking to have a good experience. And when you're going into something wanting to have a good experience, you're more likely to have a good experience. As opposed to if, like, let's say you're playing an MMO and you really like the MMO, like you love the MMO you're in, and then someone asks you to try a different game, you're more likely to not like it just because you're so into the other game that you're already involved in. But the people that are leaving World of Warcraft disgusted with where World of Warcraft retail is, when they come to Final Fantasy XIV, they're probably more likely to enjoy it because they are looking for something different and they are sick of WoW, to be honest. How did you fare, friend? Did you find the raw Nashashite? Yeah, here you go, buddy. Beautiful, isn't it? Rarer than many stones and more expensive than most. They say the green is the same as the eyes of Nanashu ul Nasha, who once ruled as the Sultana. This should save Dinan from his troubles if there's enough. Far more less than what I found. I reckon those goblins made a meal of the stuff. Bloody waste. Liked. Well, you like a chance to make some money, right? Then I know just how I can repay you for your kindness. A swarm of sun midges have been harassing travelers on the road, connecting Horizon to here. It's gotten so bad that the brass blades have started paying folks to keep the roads clear. If you find it hard to believe that the swarms of tiny midges could be so troublesome, you've never seen a chocobo driven into a frenzy by one. There have already been some terrible accidents. Do your part and slay a few swarms. Okay, yeah. What the heck is that? Damn. Hey, what's up? So the red eye means look away. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I played World of Warcraft in beta on Doomhammer, so I played basically the whole. I played on Doomhammer in the beta, and then I played on launch on Doomhammer, and I played all the way through, Wrath of the Lich King, and then Cataclysm was the first time I took any kind of a break, and kind of played WoW on and off here and there. But in last 2 or 3 expansions, they're just terrible. Like, the retail game in WoW is just horrible. Ooh. Ah. 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 I'm so tired. I did that like 5 hour, whatever, 5 hour stream earlier. Now I'm just tired. But so far, I'm enjoying the game. Greetings, citations, adventure. To what do I owe this? Thanks. Brass blades have been strong to keep them in check. So your assistance initiated. More than a simple levy quest, but not quite as realm-shaking as a grand company outline. Guildheists will test your ability to work together with a small party of battle companions to overcome not-so-small obstacles. The duty is taxing, but the coin is decent, and you'll be helping maintain the safety of Eorza, as well as being one of her citizens. If what I described appeals to you, pray speak to me again. You're out? Alright, have a good night. Alright, Matt. Yeah, thanks, dude. I appreciate it. Thanks, and thanks for the welcome, too. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to get to bed pretty quick. I just wanted to jump in and maybe knock out a couple quests. I'm not going to lie, I wanted to see how I would feel after playing for a while, taking a break and coming back in, and trying to gauge how much I'm actually, liking the game. And so far, I think it's just like this, I have to see. I have to get to like level 50 and really see what my character looks like at higher levels, or I'll really understand, how much will I really like the game. Pray allow me to enlist your aid, brave adventure. I would have ascertained the whereabouts of a missive I sent. Lost hope the other day. Captain Leofric is stationed there ever since he was transferred. We exchanged letters, but never before has it taken this long to receive a reply. As far as, and so I fear the current may have met with some misfortune. It must have made a central town or brass blade, or the brass blades that patrol the roads between here and the Scorpion Cross would have seen something. But if she made it as far as Blackboard Station, she would have surely delivered the letter by now. Last hope is particularly on it's practically on a star set. I suggest you focus your search on the road to the Blackboard Station in Central Town. Good luck. I hope you find her quickly. All right, I'm out. 26 minutes in, and I'm just tired. I just wanted to jump in and get a peek at the game again. I'll try to stream in the morning tomorrow for a little bit, but I got to do some dishes and clean up before my wife comes home tomorrow, because she's been watching her sister's house for the past week, 2 weeks, and I know she's excited to come home. She's been calling me nonstop. How much money do I have? So I've got 931 gil. If we go to our here, we can do recommended gear. Equip recommended. Looks like I got some orangish looking leggings somewhere down the road. Strange. But yeah, I'll probably stream maybe tomorrow morning for a little bit before my wife comes home, and then I'm not sure what I'll do. Maybe I'll stream some more tomorrow night, like late. Hope you guys are having a good one wherever you're in the world. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing a little bit more Final Fantasy content coming up here pretty soon. If you guys haven't watched the Final Fantasy documentary, though, it's actually really cool. If I can find it. Yeah. Yeah, this one. I would definitely recommend if you're interested in the first version of the game, watch the Final Fantasy documentary by NoClip. It's actually pretty damn interesting. All right, I'll catch you guys later. I'm out too. Peace out.